everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in again. Hey, I was going to go do some trout fishing today. It is a beautiful day. Today I have just so much to do around here on my homestead, and I'm going to show you what I've been up to for the past few weeks here, getting ready for spring, getting ready for my garden, doing all sorts of chores around here and getting this place up and running. And so let's get started, and I'll show you what I've First of all, up on the deck here, I think I posted some stuff on Instagram and Facebook, but I've been starting so many seedlings. This is just a touch of them. These are what they call Cherokee purple, really bright purple tomatoes that I'm going to be growing. I think there's going to be about 6 there. I'm going to do about 10 of those. Over here, let's see, we've got some what they call mortgage lifters. We've got Better Boys. We've got San Marzanos. We've got Romas. And I've got a ton of them inside under the windows also. So those are some of the seedlings we're starting just for tomatoes. And we got a lot of other stuff we're going to be putting in the garden. Going down under the carport, we're starting, hey Dix, whoa, we're starting a lot of lettuce down here. And so for example, we've got some Swiss chard, we've got spinach, we've got all sorts of varieties of different lettuce, and we're going to alternate them. These are eventually going to be out around all here close to the house, kind of keep the rabbits and animals away from them. And we're going to alternate them. We're probably going to have about 15-20 of these little pots here that are going to be just for lettuce only. First of all, under the deck here, I planted 3 blueberry bushes in kind of a raised flower bed type of thing, but I just put them in. They are what they call rabbit eye blueberry, powder blues. So we put them real close to the house also, and see if we can keep them. They get about 6 to 8 hours of sun, the morning sun here in the afternoon, and so they should do real well here. When Devin was here, my stepson, he helped me take this 100-pound propane tank, and we had that filled over a Tractor Supply. Walking around to the back, I'll show you some of these trees of what I did. This is, I'm thinking it's, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out soon. It looks like you'll see the buds starting on it already. This could be anywhere from a peach tree to a plum or pear tree. But what I did is I fertilized it with 10-10-10. Then I took my compost and I put it all around it. Then down in the back I have a lot of old logs that are just falling apart. So I dried them out, chipped them all up, and made my own kind of wood mulch around it. So I did that on all the fruit trees. I'll show you another one here. This is a cherry blossom tree, and you see where I pruned this all up really nicely. I took it down to nothing. You can see how I pruned the edges there. But all the blossoms are starting to come out and starting to look real good. So I have a lot of high hopes for this tree. Past that, that's a little type of oak tree. And behind that, in front of that bird, we got an apple tree there. And then I got another apple tree down behind there. These are what shows up in the yard too, these freaking fire ants. Got to get to control them this year. Got another tree here, which we fertilized, mulched, all that. And as you can see, these have some pink blossoms on it. I'm pretty sure this is a peach tree. So, but we'll find out. I just want to get these trees nice and healthy and get them back so we can enjoy the fruit of them. In the garden, this here, it's been covered. It's got all leaves and that under it. This is where I'm going to be planting all along the edges here. I'm going to be putting in butternut squash. All my tomatoes are all going to go all along this couple of rows right here. I'm starting to fill it up with cardboard and soil. I'm going to be putting topsoil in it. I'm going to be putting compost in it. And this is all going to be sweet potatoes and potatoes in there. Over here, digging out this area, it's going to be twice the size of this. Right now it's about 6x4, and I'm going to put rows in here, and this is going to be my asparagus garden. I'm going to weed all that out of there and probably fence it off a little bit. And so it takes a couple years. First year, you know, you'll see asparagus coming up, but you don't harvest it then. It'll take at least 2 years, but I got all the slips and everything for it, and we'll be planting that. And the rest of the garden, towards the end down here, I'm actually going to plant sweet corn, I think it's called the Rasmith. It's a type of wheat. And then we're also going to put some sunflowers in there. Like I said, all the tomatoes are going to go here. I'm going to have eggplant, bush beans, carrots, radishes, oh, a bunch of stuff. I'll get that later on in the year. I should be planting this garden around first week of April. Back in here, it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a little stable type thing. But all this table up here, I'm going to put screening on that. So during the year, I can throw potatoes on, get all the dirt off them, stuff like that, and start storing more of my garden stuff right in here, right behind the lower. This is our extra coop back here. We're deciding on maybe getting rabbits, meat rabbits to put in there, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's my chickies. And this is my job today. What I got to do today is I'm going to have to clean out. Boz is like, see my rooster there? He's one step away from the crock pot. He attacks me. He comes after my feet. Today he's not doing it, but normally is. But I got to clean out all this today, the everything in here. Then I got to go inside the coop, and I'll show you that here. Also, I want to show you Stella. This is my favorite little hen. Look at her back. And if you know anything about chickens and hens, you know that a rooster will crawl up, there's Bob, will crawl up onto their back, dig their claws in, and do their thing. Well, she's been the hen of choice, and she's kind of my favorite. She's the only Easter egger I have that lays blue eggs, and she's very, very regular with the eggs. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to try to give her a break from you. Inside the coop, there's, oh, look at that. We've got couple eggs in there already, and like I said, see the blue egg? She is so regular, Stella. She lays an egg, so we end up about 4 or 5 eggs a day from these chickens. But today I got to rake all this out of here, every bit of it. It's been in here oh good 8 months now, and it's just full of bird crap. And so I'm going to rake this all out, and then what we're going to do is clean it, sweep it, and put all new pine flakes in here, and so they'll be good for another 6 months. Hello, girls. How you doing? Yeah, you're all so curious all the time. All right, so that's my job today, and it's going to be a tough job. Then, in this lower shed, I got to rearrange this. There's a board over there that I want to put as a shelf over here. I have to get at least another 20 of those T-posts for the garden. So I keep all the food, and the pine flakes are back there. And I got to sweep this all next to the shed here. You can see this area right here. I've covered it up. There's a water line that comes there. So I'm going to dig that out, and I'm going to put a hydrant there so I have access, bring a hose down to the garden. So that's another job. That's going to be pretty much a half-day job there also. I got all the equipment. Everything's ready to go. I just got to dig it out, put gravel underneath it, fill it in, put a post, a 4x4 post in there so I can make the hydrant sturdy against that, and that should work out real well for me. I'm going to head back up to the, what we call the barn. It's a metal shed, but it's we got to distinguish between two. Here's another tree, which I'm not sure what it is yet, but we'll find out. It's definitely a fruit tree. And of course, I've been using a lot of my compost already for around the trees and for the blueberries and raspberries and stuff. I still got plenty for the garden. So, and I'm starting a new one right here, so I'll even have more compost. Coming up to what we call the barn, I had an electrical situation here. So lights. Yeah, I got my Gorilla cart here all ready for the rake, everything to clean out the coops and chicken run today. But what happened was, I have a 15 amp here, a 15 amp here, and two 20s. Okay, one goes off into that direction and one goes that. The 20s are not being used right now. I mean, one goes off this way. Now this line here, this goes up, goes around, comes down, goes into a switch, and all along that wall over there are receptacles. Well, that breaker kept breaking on me, and next thing you know, I couldn't figure it out. I had to take it all apart. So what I ended up doing was every receptacle in here. And after I did, this one was the last one I did, and of course, it was the one where the problem was. So that's all changed out. Now this electric's working real good. But the thing about things that break, when they break, you know what? You learn what the system's all about, and you learn how to fix it. So there's always a positive. This is the other little, it's a, what do you call it, a raised garden type thing. Put them on hinges, so when you can kind of open them up like this, and that's what my raspberries are going to go in. This over here is the water hydrant I was talking about. That's going down into for the water for the garden and for the chicken coop and everything that I need water down there. I don't have any line going down there. I've got everything ready to cap it off and then put that on, and we should be good to go. It's okay. Time for me to get to work. All right, you guys, get in the coop. Come on, get in the coop. Get in the coop. Get in the coop. I gotta clean this area out. Come on, come on, come on. Get in the coop. Get in the coop. Come on, come on. Get in. Get in. Get in. Come on. Get in. Get in. Get in. Boz, I might let you out. Hey, Boz is out. Let me clean this out real quick, and you can go back in, Boz. All right, that part's done. Scraped out, shoveled out all the poop, all the old pine flakes. Boz still outside. Filled up their dust bath over there, their feed bin, their water. So now I gotta go work on the coop. Got so much of this. Gonna dump some down here by the lower pile of crap I got. This is all wood chips and all sorts of stuff here. Actually, some mushrooms growing here. This will help it. Well, whew, I just finished doing that chicken coop. I think that was the hardest of all the jobs I had to do. I don't know, maybe it was because I was shoveling all that in such a small space there, confined little area, and then putting it in the bag. I guess it was kind of a two-man job, so I'm going to hold the bag open. But I got it done, and won't do that again probably until the beginning of next winter. Every like 6-7 months I'll do that, so that's pretty good. I'm done with that. I feel good about it. It's one of those things that I was dreading doing. But anyway, that just gives you an idea of what I do around here. I've been pretty busy in between that and hopefully getting out and doing some hiking and some backpacking and some trout fishing, which I was probably going to do today instead. I may go tomorrow, but I'm sure I'm going to go here in the next couple of weeks. I also am sitting here in my van. For those of you out there who don't know or are new to my channel, I do have a self-converted 2020 Ram ProMaster high roof 136 wheelbase 1500. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up. There's a few improvements I've made, some repairs I've made, some things that needs to be cleaned up and taken care of. I got to get up on the roof and clean up the solar panels, go over the whole electrical again, fill the water tanks, do all that stuff and get this van ready for the season. Got some exciting things coming up, and the weather's getting perfect. Today turned out to be absolutely gorgeous. Can't beat it. I'll take this all year round, this weather right now. It's just unbelievable. It's fantastic. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for following Walker's World. I appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you on the next video, which hopefully will be out in the woods or in the van or on a trout stream. So you guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Well, here's a couple dozen eggs we recently got from my